Right, you've treated yourself to some of these fantastic handmade moulds from IntoResin. And now you're thinking, what the heck do I do with them? So many choices because they are so gorgeous. Now, I've got some ideas for you. There's some colours that are particularly in, apparently, for Christmas this year. There's a muted sagey green. There's the usual metallics. There's a deep claret colour. And there is also rose gold. So I've got lots of shiny stuff here. And sparkle. Look at these. Never tried these in resin before, so we'll see if they keep that sparkle when we use it. We have got some colours from Create and Bloom, and as you can see, I've got a very muted pale sagey green and some pink, some golds. I've got some rose gold chips. They're glass, they're real glass chips that are from Renfio. And I've got this. I'm dying to have a play with this. This will be a real showstopper, I think. This is also from Create and Bloom, and it's just called Pink. Oh, they're gorgeous. Anyway, so we're going to have a play with all these and anything else that takes some fancy. Going to try and come up with maybe, I don't know, half a dozen ideas for you. Something like that. We've got the turtle. We've got the 2 snowflakes that I have. So what we're going to do is decant some of the resin, which I have already mixed, into some separate pots so that we can do a bit of colour mixing. Let's just start off with 3. I'm going to go through all these moulds several times so that you get plenty of ideas and you'll end up with a nice lot of makes. But I am going to stick with just this colour range, I think, because then obviously I'll be able to give them to the charity that I support as a kind of a set that coordinate. So this is their little fine glass chips, and it's kind of, I don't know if you'd call it rose gold really, but it's kind of pinky. So what I'm going to try and do is put this into the spikes. But I know what's going to happen. All that is going to sink. So what I'm going to do is go around the middle first with what is going to be predominantly clear and work my way out. So as I get more of the glass flakes into it, the further I go out. Does that make sense? I must stop saying, does that make sense? It don't make sense to me. I don't know why I expect to make sense to you lot. Oh. It will sink, of course, because it's glass. I think you'd need an awful lot of the Elmer's glue trick to make this not sink. And then the points, I'm going to fill right up with it. Now, while I'm doing this, I'm going to have to be very careful not to scratch the actual moulds, because obviously using things like my stirry sticks in them, and this is glass after all, it might just scratch the moulds. So yeah, my idea is that we just have mostly clear. Actually, you know what? I was going to put some of that smoky pink mica in this one, wasn't I? But I don't think I'm going to now. I think this is going to look pretty dramatic as it is. So I might, if I do, it will be very, very little. Also, it's nearly full now, as you can see. So I'm just going to push the surplus I've got here back over the mould. I think it will absorb it. Yeah, I'm not going to have room to do what I was thinking of doing with the powder. I'm just going to leave it like that, I think. I think I'm going to like the fact that a lot of that's clear. I don't know. Let's mix some up anyway, and we'll decide then. Maybe I will put a tiny dot in the middle. But I'm going to need some for the next make, so let's get a batch of this mixed up. Quite intense, probably didn't need that much, but it's called Bunny Tail, and it is the most beautiful mica powder. It is gorgeous. Watch this. I have to say, I'm absolutely in love with these colours from Create and Bloom. I've bought a load, and Lou at Create and Bloom, who designs all these colours and things, has very kindly put in a few extra for me, which is just awesome. Thank you, Lou. I think what I'm going to do is just drizzle a tiny bit around that centre. So I'll just pinky it up just that tiny bit more. You see, just a little tiny drizzle. Now that may or may not mix in. I don't know. We'll see. It may kind of blend or not. Anyway, that's that. So I've got some of that left, haven't I? Let's push this one up out of the way. So that is glass chunks. And our next one. Now this one, I'm going to go quite heavy on this pink, because I have a theory that although these moulds, I mean, this is what they look like when you just put clear in them. That is undoubtedly how you get the most sparkle, clear or transparent colours. I'm sure you'll all remember the little turtle that everybody went crazy about in the summer as well. There they are. But I am quite determined to see if we can do something a little bit different with them, and the sparkle still be as special, if you know what I mean. just maybe in a different way. So we're going to do some now that are pretty much, there's areas that are pretty much opaque. Sorry, Mr. Turtle, I'm going to end up making some for you. I'm not having any left over, am I? Now this one's quite handy. Both of these snowflake ones, the colours will kind of stay in the little recesses that you put them in to a degree, which is kind of handy. Now, this is where my little scoop's going to come in useful again. What I want to do with this one, little spoon, is try these little tiny crystals. So I'm going to put them. I don't know how these will behave in resin. They might even just disappear because I've not tried them. And I can't remember where I got them from. They look like little tiny Swarovski or something, don't they? So I'm going to put those into each of these points here. I hope they'll still look like they look now. I mean, you could stick them on afterwards, couldn't you? You could do the hot fix rhinestone thing with some hot fix versions of them as well. So I'm dying to see how those come out. I'm not going to use any more in case it's a total disaster, because that would be an awful waste, wouldn't it? And for the rest of this, what am I going to do? I'm thinking I'm going to mix up some of this pink again, but almost completely clear. So I'm just going to add a load of clear into there. You can tell I've done this without any sort of plan, can't you? So what I'm hoping is, oops, there we go, is the best of them clear. What I'm hoping is we're going to get like a very pale, hardly any colour, just a little bit of a pinkish tinge, but translucent. We're going to go around the edges with this. Let's see if it'll get past those crystals. Oh, that's pretty. So I'm dying to see what these crystals look like. And I'm going to get, obviously, this is going to mean there's going to be a little bit of pink over them. I could have put clear in the ends to accommodate that, I suppose. But, hey. Oops, this is now pouring down into that centre. So the colours are going to cross over a little bit. But that's okay. What we should end up with is a fade in the middle. Now, obviously, if you wanted those colours to completely stay separate in all these little pockets, then the answer would be to let the first lot cure first, or at least mostly cure. But I'm quite happy for them to blend, especially as it's the same colour. If it blends outwards, that's fine. If you've got any ideas, folks, of things that you'd like to see me actually do with these spectacular moulds, do let me know. And by the way, oh yes, I have massive news. And I didn't mention this at the start of the video because I wanted this information to be for those who actually watch on and are enjoying the video. Because I do appreciate you watching through. So thank you. And this is my little thank you to you. Well, it comes courtesy of IntoResin. They are, as you know, awesome. One of my favourite suppliers. And they are offering, especially for you guys, 25% discount in their store. Certainly for the rest of November. Might even run it into Christmas, depending on how it goes. Now, I normally have a 20% discount for you. So I hope you'll agree that that's awesome anyway. That is amazing. Not many YouTubers have got the full 20% discount for you. So I feel very, very lucky to be able to offer that for you. But 25%? Really? It's just insane, isn't it? These are high-end moulds, let's face it. They're not the cheapest you're going to see. They're very, very special. And if that makes it so that you can afford these, or if you could afford them anyway, you could afford to get an extra one. That's got to be a good thing. Right, let's move these out of the way. I'm going to chuck some stuff in the turtle, and I thought I'd have a load of leftovers to put in him, and I just haven't. So this is all our pink set, and I think these will be for my mum, because she's got like pinks and sagey greens around her house. So I think all these will probably end up in ones, to be honest, because the next set will be the sagey greens. Now the turtle. I want to do a bit of a fade again. Should we go for this again? I'm just wondering if I can put this around the rim without it going everywhere. Trying not to scratch the mould because this is glass. So if you get any of these, folks, please don't go spraying alcohol on them. Please don't poke them with sharp things. Please don't use really strong blow torches and things on them. I know I do on some of my moulds. Not these. These are handmade and very special. You just fill that up. I want to make sure that it's... Yeah, I've seen people spray alcohol on them to make sure the bubbles don't stick to the mould. To be honest, you can see where the bubbles are stuck. You can just gently pop them with a micro brush. Or if you use a good quality resin, you shouldn't get bubbles that stick anyway. I've only had it happen a couple of times, and that was when I was using a very thick resin that, it would stick more. What am I going to do in the body? I think, am I just going to put that wispy pink again? I think I'm going to go for the wispy pink, but I'm going to try and get some clear around there first. So let that go down through. Just trying to make sure that this time the sparkle doesn't get swallowed, even though I've put the pink in with it. I have actually got a flat pink as well, but I'm like a solid colour. But I am thinking with this one, these pearl ones, because it's Christmassy, the pearly ones are the way to go. So I'm going to now put the pink pearl in his toes and his head. Bunny tail, that's what it's called. I'm hoping doing it this way, that some of that clear will still stay down underneath where we put the sparkle. And then I'm going to mix up some of the almost clear. Next up will be the green set. Possibly similar techniques, I don't know. We'll see. But different colours, different... I don't know. I'll see what else I've got. I have got some silver chips. I've got some pale minty green chips. Chameleon powders. Still thinking. We'll see. Anyway, let's get this in and we'll leave these to cure. And at the end, we'll have a play with those mad flakes because I just really want to have a play with those. I really do. They're just insane. This has just now got a faint shimmer. It's pushing that pink out towards the edges. Again, just the tiniest dot of the powder. And, of course, into the little turtle. People often ask me what my favourite moulds of the year are. I think this turtle tray, last year, the little turtle and the frog and that little pot. I think I showed you all those, didn't I, when I did an end of year video. But for this year, I think the IntoResin ones have kind of cornered the market for me. I've got some new ones from Boo and Nicole as well, which are absolutely outstanding. But yeah, I think this year IntoResin have absolutely blown my socks off. The little crystal village, got to do something with that again soon because that's just adorable, and again something I've never seen anything quite like it. Right, I'm just going to finish topping this up and then I will see you for the demold. This will be it'll be tomorrow morning now because it's evening here and this will take overnight to cure. So I will see you in the morning. I'm going to use this incredible shimmer which is from Create and Bloom, and we're going to use some of the Spectrum Noir gilding flakes. So a little bit different here for you. Mixing up here some Apex High Gloss, my usual favourite resin. Right, now what I want to do here with this incredible star one is run some clear around like so, and then we're going to get this shimmer stuff on the go. This is gorgeous. Look at this. I'm going to put quite a lot actually. Look at that. It'll stay translucent, but look at the sparkle in there. I just love it. And it's more subtle than glitter. The other stuff will be completely the opposite. Nothing subtle about that. So here we go. So this is a regular 1:1 epoxy resin. It's medium viscosity. I'll leave it overnight to cure. And what we're going to be doing is pouring it into all of the tips like this. And then also I might put a little drop in the centre. Then go back in with the clear. Now whether it will stay put like that, I don't know. We'll see. But these are gorgeous handmade moulds. They're molded from proper crystal thingies. So they shimmer like... They're just incredible. I don't know how else to explain it. They just absolutely glisten in the light. So my thought was if I did that, push that around a little bit. I didn't want it to be gold all through. That was the thing. So if we try to make it so that the gold is kind of a little bit sort of patchy through it. Let's see how that looks. I think should do. What's going on there? I've got a little patch that doesn't seem to have anything in it. There we are. So I'm hoping we'll have a bit of gold and some clear. You know, it won't be too even, and I've got a load left. What shall I do with the load I've got left? Oh, I know. What is that? Where's that other mould one? Where's my turtle? Should we do a sparkly turtle? Turtle. I'm sure you're all familiar. Let's zoom you out. I'm sure you're all familiar with the turtle mould. Excuse the mess around my desk. So let's chuck the gold in the middle of him. I don't know what we're going to do with the edge yet. This turtle might be a combination of what we do with the other two. I don't know. Still thinking. Right. Then for the snowflake, let's bring the snowflake back. The other snowflake. Put turtle up here out the way, seeing as he's an extra, yeah. pop him there. So these gilding flakes are incredible. They're not like the normal gilding flakes that I see. They haven't got that sort of scrunched effect to them. They're, well, shiny. So we're just going to put a load in this pot here. This is where I usually gild myself. Woo! Loads. I have to get some more of these soon. But yeah, they stay a lot more shiny in the resin than normal gilding flakes because they're not scrunched up to start with. So again, I think, no, actually this time, should we put them all in the middle? That's enough. I'm just going to keep chucking stuff in this turtle and see what happens. And then I'm just going to get some clear and dump it in the centre. So a bit more resin coming up. So hopefully these are mega easy things for you to do. Do a bit of purple shimmer around the edges. Because I've got a purple shimmer one here that I've been using for something else. Let's get this stick clean. I am making this up as I go along again, you know, folks. I really am. This wasn't what I was planning to do, but I just think this purple, say I got it mixed up for something I was doing earlier, and so the pot was still out, so let's dump clear in the centre, but now I'm thinking I'm going around with this instead, around the edges. Lilac and gold, why not? A bit more adventurous with our colours, shall we? Yeah, turtle, lilac's coming your way too. Oh well. Sure it won't mind. Right. And the gold's gone in a funny directions, which I didn't want to happen. Let's kind of encourage it around. Kind of want it to go out into the spikes a bit, don't we? There we are. But I'm going to chuck some clear in the centre of that now, just to top it up. So this is a proper quick make, isn't it? It really is. These moulds are just so gorgeous. They kind of speak for themselves, really, don't they? You don't need to do too much. So let's pour the gold in the middle, and I'm going to tip it slightly from this side so that hopefully it'll push it back a bit, get it more centred. I have no idea how this is going to end up. This wasn't what I was planning. What are you doing, woman? Let's swirl it through the centre like that. See, the gold's gone all down the spike there. Let's see what happens. I don't know what I'm doing. And now I haven't got enough for the turtle. Isn't that always the way when you're doing when you end up doing an extra, you end up having to make more to finish the extra? Should have got a little turtle out, shouldn't I? Oh, I do. I'll put some more resin in this pot. Have a tinge of the purple then, won't it? Come muck about in the craft room with Tracy. She has no idea what she's doing. She's making things up. This wasn't the plan. She says like she actually has a plan. There we go. Well, anyway, I wasn't meant to be doing anything with that mould particularly, was I? So yeah, let's have a little bit of the pearly purple in the middle of this one. Just topping it up. Well, there we go. Got the turtle filled up as well. Now, if anybody wants any of these moulds, by the way, they are nothing short of spectacular. There's some ground rules for looking after them. IntoResin will send you those when they send you the moulds. But largely, you clean them using tape. You don't torch them. You don't spray alcohol on them, including not spritzing alcohol on them to pop the bubbles at the end. None of that. Because they are handmade and we know how much more, well, I won't say delicate, but you don't want to damage them because they're not cheap. And there's a lot of love gone into making them. And yeah, okay, they probably are a little bit more delicate as a result. But they're beautiful, squishy, soft silicone. None of your cheap plasticky feeling stuff. And if you look after them properly, they will last you for ages. So all I do if I'm concerned about bubbles is just skim across the surface with a long neck lighter. Now, as you know, I do use my what I call my burn your house down torch sometimes on some of my cheaper moulds. And as long as you stay away from the silicone, you know, I think you're probably okay with most moulds. However, I wouldn't even, you know, those moulds, they're all cheap moulds that it's not the end of the world if I wreck one. These are special and not cheap. So you want to look after them properly. And also, with all that in mind, I've got a 20% discount code for you. So if you want to treat yourself to these, any of the moulds from IntoResin, well, any of their products, in fact, there's a discount code down in my video description. You know, down in the description, if you click on below the video, there's some info about these videos. And if you click on the more, a whole load of gumph comes up for you. And in there will be a load of discount codes and affiliate links and just links to where to find things like my glittery stir sticks. People are always asking about those. That's all down in the video description. So if you click more, that's where you will find lots of yummy stuff for you. So do go ahead and feel free to click on that. And yeah, I'll see you for the demoulding of these, and we'll go on to do our next idea, which will be nothing short of spectacular, I hope. I've got a funky and again simple, beginner friendly kind of idea for them. So yeah, see you later. Right, so now for our lovely pale green colourways. This is like a frosty green. It's lovely in the same way that the pink was like a subtle frosty pink. This is the the green equivalent. Look at that, a little bit translucent. I'm going to do one that will be really quite opaque. Let's put absolutely tons. That's way more than I needed probably. Now this is the mica pigment. So that's really quite opaque. And this time we're going to use silver with it. And I will be putting a little hint of the pink in here and there. I'm thinking maybe a different pink. Hang on. This is an actual pigment paste. So it's not a sparkly one. This is a flat colour. But look at it. I'm thinking that might cause a really nice contrast. Now, because it's a pigment paste, this is from Create and Bloom as well. Because it's a pigment paste, then you get quite a lot of intensity to the colour. So you only need a tiny, tiny bit, and there you go. Look at that. That was all. It was just the bit that was left on my sticker when I scraped it off. No sparkle, just a lovely, lovely solid colour, and it's almost opaque. Look at that, fantastic. Right, it only leaves the silver of the glitter, but I think I'm not going to mix that in this time. I'm just going to actually put that into the mould. I'm going to put the turtle to one side because I don't know whether I'm doing a turtle this time or not. We'll see how much resin we've got. The main focus is to get these snowflakes all made up. Bringing you back in shot. I've got to decide where I want these crystals first. I'm going to put some in this one too this time. Shall we have the crystals, the glass? Shall we have some round the centre? Maybe it would be easier if they were mixed in with the resin. Tell you what I'll do, I'll mix it up really thick this time. We'll try a different way of pouring it in. Yeah, let's try something different. I'm going to spoon it in basically. So let's put a bit of, well, quite a lot of resin in there. Quite a lot of the glass in there. I'm going to afford to be a bit more gung-ho with it this time because I've got quite a lot of it. I'm going to use the spoon to actually stir it and then spoon it in. That way we're going to get plenty of the sparkle in it each time. Yes, that's easier. I can already tell that's easier. Okay, new trick learned. So I'm going to go around all of these points in the centre, knowing full well that these little bits of glass will sink and any of the resin that runs over should actually just be clear. If any of the sparkle runs over, I can just scoop it carefully back off again. I'm trying not to scratch the mould. But yeah, look, there's clear running into here. Whereas the silver is pretty much staying put because it's immediately sunk. Need some in the centre, I think. One bit already fallen in there. Okay, let that settle for a sec. And should we do the same around the edges? Except I will be putting a tinge of the pink around these edges. So you won't see it as much. Pink or the green. Still thinking about that, actually. These little spoons are awesome. And there is a cheap off Amazon. If I forget to put a link for them, because I'll put you the links for the swizzle sticks, these stirrers, I always have the link for that in my video description because they're just a staple thing that's used in pretty much every video I make. But these aren't, so I might forget. Just shout at me if I forget to put the link for you, because I bet a load of people will be going, God, those look useful. I want some of those. And seriously, they're very, very cheap. And I'm going to do the same here, I think. And these will be similar, just different colourways to what we did before. I'm just putting the similar materials in different colours in different places. But that way we're going to get a set that, although they're different colours, they should coordinate, as well as go with some of this year's trending colours, of course. I'm feeling like I want some of the silver in the centre too. Not all the way out, otherwise I might as well have just filled the whole thing. It's pretty much what happened with the last one, wasn't it? First of all, I want to go in with a bit of the most intense one. Make sure it's well mixed up. I'm going to go around this ring, like so. Same with this one. Just going to go around that inner ring. You see, it's pretty much settling into all those little recesses. So this is now the less colour saturated one. I have a feeling that's going to flow into the middle anyway, so let's just put a bit in the middle. This one, I'm not going to do much of the less colour saturated one because I do want a little bit of the pink in the spikes. So to try and get this into the spikes, I suppose I could put it into a needle tip bottle, but instead I'm just going to do this and hope for the best. So this is the more translucent one. I'm just going back in with that. Hopefully it'll push the colours out. We'll see. But what I'm trying to get is not just like one colour all over. The basic plan. So you'll see there's some filling up to do here. So I'm going to go back round with a more intense one. I was going to go around with a bit of pink in this one, but I don't think I'm going to now, actually. I don't think I will. Or do I? Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do this thing. I'm just letting the colours settle now to see where they go. So I'm just going to put a single drop of the pink in the tip of each of these bits, which is just before you get to the silver. I hope that it spreads a little bit. Something about the shape of these incredible moulds that stops the colours spreading like you think they would. It's the shape of the bottom, I suppose, but actual crystally bits. So I'm just going to keep going until this fills up. So I think these ones are going to end up being quite opaque, aren't they? And the pink has spread, it's gone walkabouts. What overwhelming urge to do another turtle. I am going to end up doing another turtle, aren't I? Okay, Mr. Turtle. Oh, I've only got a bit left though. Should we do a little turtle? I'll need a good clean. Let's do a little turtle. So I think these are filled up. I'm just going to leave them now, and the colours will go where the colours go. So I will see you for the demold of these. And then we should have a set of 4 really nice colour coordinating snowflakes, a couple of turtles, and I want to do a pair of completely insane ones with that pink stuff. It just looks amazing. So I have got to do something with that. I've also been asked what happens if you just completely fill one of these with glitter. You know what? I've never done that. So shall we do a final set with all glitter? Different colours of glitter, really over the top. See, to me, I've always gone for just the plain colours, like transparent, translucent colours. Simply because, this is going to end up looking like a muddy mess, I think. Simply because the moulds are so sparkly, I always feel like I don't want to overpower that sparkle. However, I'm quite happy to try it. I've got plenty of resin on the go. So, yeah, we could do that. See you later then, folks. Okay, all cured. And turtle. It's just like kind of baby colours. I don't know whether I like it or not, but the sparkle's certainly still there. Colours are lovely, but obviously I didn't give it much thought. I just chucked them in. So let's have a look at our flakes. Now I've actually had these in my resin curing machine to speed things up for the sake of the video. So they are still a little warm, although they're fully cured. So they might be still slightly bendy. We'll see. It's because they're warm, basically. Should have let it cool, really, shouldn't I? But oh, now that's pretty. So do you see how that... I love that colour. Lovely. But do you see how the silver, the glass bits, because they sink so extremely well, there's a couple of bits I missed as well, but they've stayed put in the ends here. There's the hole we'll drill through to make it into a dangle, of course. But isn't that gorgeous? And the sparkle is still there. Now I'm under artificial light now, so hopefully I can show you the sparkle on the first ones now too. Yeah, there's a couple of bits that I dropped in other places and they've added bits of sparkle where I wasn't intending, but it doesn't matter. I think that's good. Oh, now that's nice. Look at that. Pleased with that. Lovely, we've got another colour set. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, now I've got the artificial light on the go. Let's have a look at the sparkle on the first ones. I think this is showing the colours up better as well. Fab. I think I lost them in the pink mica, so that probably wasn't such a good move. Look at the turtle. Oh, this is great fun. Right. So, I think they go together quite nicely, don't you? Because of the touch of pink in that one, because of the silvery colours. Silver and rose gold, which I suppose that is, go together quite well anyway. So there we are, we have a set. Shall we do next? I'll tell you what, I've got 2 more that I want to do that won't be anywhere near as tasteful. They'll just be completely bonkers. So shall we do those next? The first one is that it was so simply called pink, this stuff. So I want to do a pair with that. And I think I'm just going to mix it in with the resin. And then finally we'll do some of these with some ethereal powders or something like that on the back as well. Just to see how much it will colour flip and go iridescent. So let's have a go at this one first. Going to do a pair. And then when I go on to the ethereal powders, I think ethereals rather than chameleon. Let's chuck a load of this in and see what happens. Oh my goodness, look at that. I don't really want to use a whole tub of this up doing this, but I do want to put more I'm going to just put more. That would be nice on the back as well. You know, like kind of brushed on. But I wanted it to go all the way through for this time. I promised you some mad glittery effect. This is it. I'll tell you what we'll do. We've still got to go the chameleon powder. Sorry, ethereal powder probably. And we have got solid glitter. I've got some big tubs of glitter that I've had for ages. But I don't mind using an awful lot of. So we could do that, couldn't we? Right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my God, look at this sparkle. Oh my goodness, that's gorgeous. And I'm not doing anything fancy here. I'm just putting this straight in. Nothing else. It's just going straight in. As you can see, I'm not going to try and do the tips differently. I'm not going to try and do anything clever. I am just going to chuck it in. And when we get to do the one that's just going to be solid actual glitter, I'll do the same. See, I told you these are going to be some easy makes. I hope you can see what's going on here. I'm just having a play. So there's like going to be all sorts of different effects, just messing about with basically mica powders and sparkly stuff. And a bit of pigment. Well, that's that. Done. Shall we put some in the big turtle? Because I've got quite a lot left. I did make extra thinking, oh, big turtle, big turtle. Where's he gone? Here he is. Excuse the extreme zoom in, by the way. Two reasons. One reason I was thinking this might be the easiest way to see the sparkle. And two, the area around my desk, this is the only clear bit. I'm going to have an almighty craft room clear up next week. And so, oh, look, I need a bit more now. So, I shall make myself a bigger and better workspace over here and have everything stacked up a lot better. Hello at Create and Bloom. Do you do this in enormous trade size packs? You can see me using this an awful lot. I really can. I mean, what I'm using it for here is rather extravagant. I'm using an awful lot of it, and you do get a lot in that little tub. So I've got plenty left, but all the same. This is just gorgeous. Why do I go all silly? I come over all Tracy when there's something this sparkly involved. I go as a magpie in a former life. I just like shiny things. Right, I think we're all full. A little drop more in that one. See if the demold. What I should have done was made these actually on the base of my curing machine. That would have made a lot of sense, wouldn't it? Because I've now got to try and lift them. Here we go. And I haven't got the space. Oh, yeah. What are you doing, Trace? Okay, I sped these up by putting them in my curing machine. Got resin all over it, but it looks like it just snaps up. Look. Isn't that clever? Anyway, isn't that lovely? I haven't demolded the others, but I just couldn't wait to see this one. That's fantastic, isn't it? So much sparkle from inside and from the mould itself. Unbelievable. Right. Get this guy out. Oh, these are very girly, aren't they? Now, I have got a bit of overspill because of the bit that you will see in the outtakes at the end. I will need to tidy up, but wow. Lovely. Right, and our turtle friend. Let's put this out of the way. There's resin everywhere. So let's see, turtle. Oh, it's too funky for words, as if it wasn't sparkly enough already. Love it. Right, let's put all these to one side. Now, I did promise that the next step would be, we'll keep the turtle handy in case we need him, would be just completely filling one with glitter. I'm going to do these two different. So we're going to fill one with glitter and we're going to put ethereal powders on the back of the other. So what glitter have we got that we could fill this with? I've got a glitter from Create and Bloom as well. Let me find it. Right. There's this frosty one. Now I know that comes out a lot more gold when you actually use it. It picks see, this would go with minty greens, wouldn't it? But I know when you put it in resin, it gets a real gold flash in it. So there's that. There's Defiance, which is, that's very yummy. Don't think that's very festive though. I don't know. This one I've been trying to use. It's called Enchantress. But again, I don't know whether that's the one I want to use for these. What's this one? This is nice. It's Blooming Leftovers, it's called. So, and I don't know why it's called that. Are they actually leftovers from various other colour pots? I don't know, but I'm thinking maybe that one. Although this is tempting. I think I want to go for Blooming Leftovers just because I want to see what it's like. So that's those ready. And then, as I said, we'll get some ethereal flakes on the back. And these are from Toonpish Crafts. So this is my box marked Toonpish. Used to say Wendy on it. Right. It's a case of deciding which one. Should we go Ethereal flakes? Or shall we go... I'm getting a bit low on some of these, actually. Or shall we go... This is pretty. Or shall we go Ethereal powders? Decisions. I'm thinking the flakes because I use the powders a lot. Should we go Galaxy? Yeah, why not? We'll use Galaxy because I'm using a lot of... Because that's a purpley colour, this one I've decided to use, isn't it? So that one will be a lot more in your face, I think. Right, there we go. So these are going to be very funky. Again, like the pink, like those glittery pink ones. They're not going to go with any of my colour schemes. Right, I'm going to get some, get my gloves and everything sorted, and we'll get some resin. Right, because of what you'll see in the outtakes at the end, I have put my moulds in the curing machine before trying to move them. Yeah. I'm going to start saving the outtakes because I make some absolute clangers. And so I really would like you to see, share some of them just to prove we're all human. Now look at that. Oh, I see. So it's slightly purpley, but it's also... I thought it was more lilac-y than that. That's interesting. I can see why she calls it blooming leftovers now. Look, it's a little bit of everything in there, I think. That's fun. What a good idea. So we got some proper sparkle there. I would like it to be a little bit more purpley though. So I'm going to put in, where's it gone? A little bit of this purple shimmer. What's it called? Lilac Lullaby. Just a little bit as well. Yeah, I thought there was going to be more colour there than that, and there's not. So we've got glitter and we've got shimmer. Yeah, I might end up doing another one with that greeny goldy glitter as well. Let's give this a try and see what it comes out like. Mix it up thoroughly. This one's going to be interesting. This isn't what I was thinking when I thought just stuff a load of glitter in, actually. In the pot, it looks more like there's a lilac to it. Going to be subtle, isn't it? I'm going to end up doing more, aren't I? I still want one where I just lob in just glitter. And this is going to be more interesting than just glitter, isn't it? That's that. Right, now let's mix up another pot. Right, this one I'm just going to do in clear because we're going to put these ethereal flakes on the back. And so we're going to want to fill it not quite to the top, but almost. So let's see if that is enough. I've ended up with a bit of glitter in it, but never mind. So as we're filling it not quite to the top, I'm going to have to make sure that I get over all of the little bubbles of this, because they're all like little crystal bubbles, with a little bit of the resin. I just need to leave enough room to just put like a final top coat after we've done the flakes on the back. That's all. That should do. I think I've got a bit in every bubble. I'm just tipping the remainder in the middle. Right, I'm just going to cure these now. As soon as I get them out, I will fill that one with just a regular glitter, because this is going to be gorgeous. It's going to be really interesting. But I do want to try filling it up with this as well. So we'll do that too. Right, I'm going to fill the turtle up with something, because actually, should we fill the turtle up with that glitter? Where's it gone? Yeah, should we fill... I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that now. That can be curing. This is what I meant about that green one. The gold really goes ping in it when you mix it up with your resin. So here we go. Let's move you over. We're just going to tip that in. If that doesn't quite fill it, I'll just put some more in. So I'm going to get this lot curing. I will see you in the curing thing. It'll only be 2 hours, even with this regular cure time resin. So I'll see you in a couple of hours. Right, so while the others are curing, I've got this one out while it's still, I can still fingerprint it, look, so it's still slightly tacky. And what we're going to do is paint these flakes on. Then we're going to put our last coat of resin on it, and then that can cure. So, all is going well. Look at these flakes. Look at that. These are the finest, softest flakes I've come across so far. And they just stick to stuff. Aren't they amazing? Look at that. And there's going to be a hell of a colour shift in these. I know this because I have used them many times before. So these are the Ethereal flakes. They're the Tiny Turner brand, which I get from Toonpish Crafts. I'll put you the links for this as well. Links for everything. Lots of links down below. And in addition to the outtakes, at the end of this video, there's going to be a little bonus because I have just had some a delivery, literally, in the last hour, come from IntoResin. Thank you so much, IntoResin. More goodies to show you. So I thought if I did a quick show of what they've sent me, and then obviously they'll show up in a video properly soon. Coming to a screen near you. All that, you know. Right. So these flakes, as you can see, they are sticking to the resin. I'm going to burnish them in. So I'm just going to finish this off. Then normally there's a temptation to put black behind these sort of flakes. And that is indeed normally what I would do. However, because I'm wanting more of a see-through-y, shimmery look rather than that sort of, oh wow, effects that you get when you put black behind things. Yeah, I shan't be this time. As you can see, they are sticking to the resin. The ones that aren't, I'm moving them around, spreading them around, move my head around a bit, see if I can make sure I'm getting them everywhere. So you only need a bit, it goes a long way, look. You get quite a decent amount in these little pots. Because it's such amazing stuff, you only need a bit. It's sticking all over the silicone. So yeah, as you can see, you can paint it onto silicone really well as well. The IntoResin moulds take it particularly well because they're so soft and shiny, being made with this sort of really high-grade silicone. But that is not what we're doing today. So I'm just going to quickly go around, make sure I've got some in every little hole. Is that my new paintbrushes, by the way? Shiny. I found these in the range. Went uptown this morning with Mum and popped in there. And the range has got quite a crafty section. I just couldn't resist these. Anyway, there we go. Looks like I've got it everywhere as far as I can tell. So we're just going to get our last coat of resin in. I'm just going to pour clear on the back and stick it back in the curer. Okay, been demolding. And I hope this lighting is going to be good enough to show off the sparkle properly, because I was hoping for some sunlight, but no, you know what? It's Britain and it's now foggy. Lovely. Anyway, bit of trimming to do around this guy. Look at that. As if there wasn't enough sparkle already. Oh. This one, I kind of weird. I like it. That mix of glitter. So I think I know what Lou means by blooming leftovers. Very clever, Lou, at Create and Bloom. It's a bit of everything by the look of it. Look at that. Isn't that rather subtle and lovely? And then this one. Let's look at that. That isn't my mat behind it doing that. That is that interference. Oh, what's it called? Ethereal flakes. That's the one. Whoa. Right, I'm just going to find some glitter, because I did promise you I would do just a lobbing glitter in. And these two, well, on the snowflakes, we've done one on the turtle, look. So I'm just going to decide on a glitter. I'm just going to chuck it in these two, maybe the turtle as well. Don't know. These will all go off to the charity I support afterwards anyway, so nothing is going to go to waste here. Right, back with some glitter shortly. Glitter I've decided on is actually from Jam Pot Glitter. I use Jam Pot Glitter a lot. They're my main supplier. So I'll put you the link for this as well down below in the video description. This one's called Mirror Mirror. Look at that. Lovely. So that's all I've done. I've put absolutely loads. And of course, it will sink because I'm not letting it thicken up or doing the Elmer's glue trick either. So it will sink, which means we should end up with this just ridiculous amount of glitter on the other side. So let's see how it goes. We may have mixed up too much. If so, that's okay. As usual, we've got other things standing by. Anyway, after this, I will... obviously, I'll see you later for a demolding. Goes without saying. Also, I will show you... We'll do a little surprise unbagging of that delivery of new moulds that IntoResin have sent me. I would like to share those with you. I've had a quick look. There's one I can't work out what it is. Hopefully they will have replied and explained it to me by the time I get home from the museum today, when we get to actually film that bit. And of course I have I'm going to put some bloopers at the end for you. Well, one particular big messy blooper. Look at that moving. Isn't that gorgeous? So I had a big messy blooper on one of the first ones. So thought I'd share that with you. Disapprove we're all human, you know. Me exceptionally so. and have a look at them all at the end. So, yeah, watch on. There's some goodies to come for you still. Haven't got quite enough to finish these off here, so just a little bit more in my pot, and we'll have to let them cure, and I am off for a day at the museum. So I will see you later. Well then, here we go. Let's see what we've got here. Let's do the turtle first. So this is the last of our makes for tonight. Don't forget at the end though, you've got the outtakes to come. And also, as soon as we've had a look at these, we'll have a look at those new moulds from IntoResin that they have sent me to show you. Oh, look at that. That's sweet. Oh, I like that. Right, let's put him out of the way. There we are. So look at these ones. Da, da, da. Look at that. So, yes, that's what happens if you chuck it full of glitter. Now we know. Look at that combination of the sparkle of the mould and then the sparkle of that glitter. I mean, oh my goodness. Ooh, oh, look. Look at that. Isn't that stunning? Right. Okay. What we're going to do is get these all together. Just to warn you folks, I'm going to have, I think next week, a week where there's a lot less videos out because it really is getting out of hand. I need to stop and clear my space so that I can actually do this. This is getting very silly now. I still kind of like the weirdness of that one. I think that's rather tasteful, isn't it, in a weird way? My turtles. I love my turtles. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Gorgeous. This is like a proper sparkle fest, isn't it? Lovely, lovely. So don't forget, I've got all the links for everything down in the video description below. Any of these products that you might want. We have discount codes and all sorts down below. So do take a look. Here's our greens. And that one, I've actually, look, I've put it down somewhere funny and it's bent. I have to warm that up and flatten it. That was our glass. Oh, and here's some other ones that I'd done as well. You might want to see. Did I show you these? I think I showed you these, didn't I? And these are some, yes, these are some other ones that I made a few days ago when I was playing. So that one's just gold shimmer and a little bit of gold flake in the centre. There's a completely clear turtle. That mould. That is just the sparkle of the mould. There's no trickery in there at all. Amazing. Gold and pink turtle. And, oh, a baby turtle. We did a baby turtle too. And this is another one I did. This is the pink shimmer just with a gold flake in the centre. Well, look at that lot. I think my charity shop is going to be very happy with me, don't you? Right. I need to move all these to somewhere, don't I? Let me just pack them away and I'll show you these new moulds that IntoResin have sent me. Noisy packaging out of the way. Actually, I'll leave that one to one side because that's the one I show you. This appears to be a stunning snowflake. So let's get him out. As if I haven't got enough snowflakes on the go, eh, folks? Oh, look at that. Oh, and it's so soft and squishy. That's incredible. Oh, I'm dying to try that. I can feel another video coming on. What's that? This looks like... Is this another butterfly? This looks like another another sparkly... Oh, it's the butterfly with the double wings. That's nice. Okay, we're going to be trying these. Look out for a video coming soon. Then there's these. Look at this. These look like extreme chameleon powders. So, I have to try those with that, hadn't I? Very nice indeed. Oops. Very, very nice. Oh, by the way, here's the care instructions that come with them. They have been updating these. So, let me leave this on screen for you. Okay, so it tells you how to clean it and what not to do. It tells you to store them in the zipper bags. They tend to come with these zipper bags, which are great. And I find I can put 2 or 3 moulds in one of those sometimes. But they do want you to do it separately in the zipper bags in a cool, dry environment. So although I put 2 or 3 in those, I do put them in separate little, I've got my own Ziploc bags and I put them in those first, then in these bigger bags. Make sure to loosen the resin finished pieces from the mould a little bit before demolding. So what they mean is by, just sort of easing it out rather than just yanking it out. So just loosen it a little bit and let it settle for a little bit and then demold it. Right, good information. Now this looks spectacular. The size of that. And that looks like a big mould, big pot. And this looks like a sparkly top. Look at the sparkle in there. And they all have these little bits of, tend to have these bits of card on the back to protect them and stop them sticking together. But look at that. Oh, I see. It's got a little notch there. That must be where the lid like clips into place. Look at that sparkle. Isn't that incredible? And this, just look inside there. Off. Hang on a minute. Is it the big sparkly pumpkin? It might be the big sparkly pumpkin. Anyway, there we go. So, watch this space. I shall be playing with those soon. And these, which look rather yummy. And these two. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, buttons for everything are down below. There will be my little blooper coming up at the end, which hopefully will amuse you because I got in a right old mess. And also YouTube will be recommending a video to you somewhere up across the top here shortly, which I know you will like. If you like this, you will like that. So I hope you'll watch on. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you soon. Don't do this, folks. Don't do this. Try this at home, as they say. It's going everywhere. Will it find its way back into? I can't even put this down. Will it find its way back into the mould? We shall soon see. Oh, look, they're going everywhere. Oh no, I should have done it the other way around. This is. Oh, tell you what, this video is going to have outtakes at the end, isn't it?